Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark 3 and welcome back to From the Depths Small Fries. Apologies for the slight delay between the last episode and this one, but well, the game kind of went splat at the end of the last episode as you saw, and I forgot to save, so progress got wiped out at the end of the last one. All I can say is whoops, basically. But, moving on. We learn, we continue, and since last time I've actually been rebuilding the I think maybe I have my volume a bit too loud. I think, yeah, my volume was way high for some reason. But yeah, for some reason, what was I on about? Look at me, I'm already getting distracted. Right, end of last time. We lost all progress, so since then I've rebuilt the destroyer to something approaching previous standard. Yep, just come on, get up here, you little thing. There we go. I've just done this so it's a bit easier to do. Admittedly, it's not quite where it was. It's there's some changes, there's some differences, there's a bit here, a bit there, a bit somewhere else, but overall, the design has been reinforced a little bit. So let's go ahead and get my hood back up. You are going to retrofit to the version 4 refit. And that's why I just installed a bunch of repair tentacles, so this thing will get rebuilt up to standard. Or, well, its current standard, I should say. Now then, there was a comment last time. Someone's suggested a name and now I've lost it. Ah, here we go. Tellurium says battle testing is the best testing. This is very true. Actually, I saw some shortcomings in the design that I was not aware of. So, outright combat is a good way to go about it. You can only improve when you are fighting superior foes. My enemies were godly tier, just so you know. I was not expecting godly tier enemies so quickly, let alone the second fight. Oh yeah, keep on going. More guns being added. Yes. Right, for now, how about Javelin for the name? If you stick with this sleek and pointed design, you could name all your designs after throwing weapons. Somewhat generic, but it would make the name finding much less of a hustle. I think he meant hassle there, but hustle. Yeah, it's a hustle. I'm going to steal all the best names from people, I think. Oh, you're actually done already? Okay. By the way, that hole is deliberate. That's left there because I wasn't sure about resource. But apparently I'm okay. I've got like 6,000 resources still spare. Anyway, let's go ahead and undock this thing and show you what's happened. Let's undock this thing. Boom. Yeah. Note to self, don't put a docking station on the very front of the harvester unit. It's a bad idea. Or at least hold it further away. Okay, right. Destroyer. Oh wait, I didn't give you a chair this time around. Let's actually get a chair on the back deck just so I can get over to it. As you can see, it's actually took off at a bit of a clip. It's a bit faster now. It's first thing is 21 meters per second. It's got extra forward props on the base. It's got thruster tucked away in the back for a little bit of extra boost. But so yeah, it's a decent speed. It's lost its side-mounted torpedo bays for the time being. They are going to be reintroduced, but there is actually a small space here for some small weapon systems, I think, which will be something or other. But there are some other changes though. It has gained, as you can see, a different detection setup. The armor has actually been reinforced, but more importantly, there are a large number of small weapon systems added throughout the craft. Namely, there are now 8 deck-mounted grenade launchers firing HE inertial shells at mid-range, and they are supported by a quad Gatling cannon. Very low damage per shot, yes, I will admit, but it's nothing if not impressive. and it can do some damage if left to its own devices. Especially if something else happens, like say, I don't know, like the enemy's armor being cracked open by a heavier weapon, leaving more vulnerable parts exposed, then the sheer deluge of fire from a Gatling can actually do some damage. So, you know, that's why that's there. Primary missile tubes are there, though this time the gaps in the hull have been filled in, so it's better protected than it was previously and won't be disabled as fast. There's another small launcher here, firing just like a quartet of 2-block long missiles on a regular basis, so it fires off pretty often. But also of note is, I think, probably the most noteworthy feature of the Javelin. I'm going to be calling this the Javelin now, aren't I? The most noteworthy feature of the Javelin in its previous states was actually the anti-missile turrets, which have received one hell of a commendation. Right, anyone not familiar with Mr. Razul? You may not. You might have seen his work. His craft has appeared in my videos sometimes. But basically, he's the guy that I always said built the tankiest, most durable ships I've ever laid my eyes on. Yeah, here we go. Yep, come and get me. Come and get me, you buggers. Deepwater Guard's going to attack me now. But yeah, he built things like the Wyvern and those really durable frigates and things that have appeared in previous series. Those are from him. And after the last part, he actually went and nicked... by the way, this is his phrasing, not mine. He literally went and nicked the design for the anti-missile turret, then built that into a 40-meter frigate of his own, and it's a monster, according to him. So he was very interested in it, actually. And I am glad. And this craft does feature 2 anti-missile systems. You can probably tell because there's the missile detections on the front there, but I can show you better what I've done if I bring down the armor. Let's do this. Here we go. Right, yeah, there we go. As you can see, I built a pop-up version now. Okay, so I did ask Raz what settings he changed because he went tinkering, but on his frigate, which he did say I could spawn into this campaign if I wanted to. I'm not currently planning to because I kind of want to keep it my own craft, but he did say I could spawn it in. But he used just a basic ADW anti-missile setting as far as I could tell, and he had the staggered fire set to a 0.325. I'm going to set this back to a 0.2 actually, so it's back to default roughly. Yep, this one as well. Oh, that's the shield projector. There it is. I wish it was a bit easier to actually do this, but yeah, there we go. I think it did 325, but I've actually cranked up the speed on these missiles. So, here's what happens. When there's actually an enemy, the piston extends to 1 meter, so it pops up enough for the missile racks to be exposed in this row. It's like, ooh, there's an enemy, let's peek out here and be ready. And then if there's any missiles, the turret assembly actually ratchets up to 2 meters, and that gives it full deck articulation. So it can spin around in any direction, and it's still light enough that it turns really quickly. And packs all the same missiles as previously, so like that. But when there's no missiles, it's hunkered down a little bit more, it's a bit more durable, that kind of thing. That's also why there's no armor. Sorry, I've not worked the sensors into the armor this time along the sides, just so that the side armor is a bit more intact, because I think I did weaken that a little bit. Anyway, moving on. Demonox says small missile concepts very cool. They just don't seem like they were made to hit hard enough. May have been better against small deep water guard craft though. I think you have the right idea with the torpedoes. IMHO, they are the best weapon in the game. Very powerful and kind of a pain to come up with countermeasures for. The quad cannon, it will do well in anti-air roll, but armor is just going to lap at it. That is very true, actually. If you recall back in part 1 or 2, I mentioned that this cannon would see ammo changes, and in fact it has. It was fitted with a HE flak, but now it's a pure HE, so for a more powerful but more restricted blast, so it's a bit more focused than it was previously. There is that. Dam also says I need more general purpose weaponry too, which honestly I have done, because we've got all the extra turrets and things on top of it. But his general impression is that this the javelin. You know what? Let's make it official. Save. No, not. Well, actually, yeah, save that as well. Save campaign. Yes, campaign. Yeah, use small fries. Yes, saved. Save the vehicle. You are now the javelin. Javelin class destroyer. Don't know if that's the whole name or class name. I think it's just going to be the class name. If we refit this thing to a different set of specs, it's going to get a different name, I expect. So there you go. But that's that. I don't know. I think that's about covers it, actually. The link just is saying that either make ship or using oil materials and have a laser AMS and cram cannon, as they are deep water guards super powerful against anything but planes. I have some kind of fast plane for at least dealing with the aerial threat. I don't know. I'm kind of filibustering a little bit, I must admit, but I have like 10,500 resources, and I have built some reinforcement designs as well. The question is if I can afford them. No, I don't want to load that, I want to load that. Yeah, we've got a few extra bits and pieces in here. We've got a burst fire missile flyer, which is like 15,154 to bring in. This thing packs a massive missile salvo and then will steadily fire, but it depends on other craft to operate. This is kind of why the destroyer was built as it is, and I was thinking at the end it's like more like a mothership class, like, well, not mothership, it's like fleet leader kind of thing. And I've beefed up its ammo processing, by the way, just to keep up with that kind of thing. But this craft is 15k, really fast, does a lot of stuff. But I think I'm going to spawn in this thing, which is an escort hull, only 100 blocks, 3,200 materials, no shields, no weapons included, so we have to build weapons on it, but it's equipped to take light weapon turrets. That's the general idea behind this thing. But still, at that price, I could build 3 of these things flat out. I'm just going to bring in 1 though. And that's why my destroyer suffered so hard last time. It was alone. Where's the thing? A simple escort hull. Actually, I need to pull you out and start repairs.
Listening.
Also, destroyer, you are a flipping boat.
Water mode at your service.
Yeah, you're not an airship. Don't be stupid. Okay, we've got the escort hull.
Listening. Moving out.
And play. Yeah, look at this little thing. Isn't it cute? Oh, there it goes. It's very kind of, yeah, it's very kind of twitchy, but this thing goes at over 80 meters per second by itself, so it's, yeah, it likes to move around a lot. As you can see, it's just like going, is there an enemy? Can I go? Can I go? Can I? Ha ha ha. And it's like, yeah. Even sitting still, it's twitching around like a mad bugger. But, yeah, that is going to be coming in handy. I've spent like 14 minutes blathering now, so I think I'm going to actually give your ears a rest for a moment, and we'll get back when I actually get into the fighting then. So, yeah. BRB when there's things to shoot at. I figured I should show this for anyone that's curious, really. Yeah, these little things, this is the internal mechanism in all its glory. Very compact injected engine, entirely radiator cooled, some ammo reserve, some fuel reserve, smallish AI, side mounted detection. These things are programmed for broadside right, so they'll circle around in roughly the same direction when they're firing at something. Then, yeah, lastly there's local weapon controller, which is built to have turrets over and under it, like so. In this case, this one is fitted with twin light laser turrets, which have been firing restricted, of course. But there is also, let's get rid of the resource lines. There is also the other one, which is over here, which has been outfitted with the big quad-barreled medium cannons. Since I've decided to throw together another one, just because reasons. That should be interesting. Something I forgot to note, by the way, is the fact that the destroyer also got an expanded fuel tank as well. Let's adjust this one too to have its minimum range greater than 100 meters. I don't want these things getting that close. They just aren't built for it. So yeah, about 400 minimum, 500 max. Hang out around there. That sounds good. But yeah, these things are also all in the fleet now. They're all on the same resource group. They're all configured to share the resources among themselves. So that's why I mentioned fuel reserves and stuff. But yeah, the destroyer is no longer alone. And I should also mention now, by the way, that these little things also need a name too. Because they don't have one, so yeah. I don't think simple support hull is going to cut it as a name for these things. Anyway, yeah, it's about time we were getting to fighting. So, let's go ahead and fight. Maybe I should also throw up a radar unit as well. We don't have any good vision after all. Yeah, probably a good idea. This'll do, right? It's not much by way of a radar craft, I must admit, but this little fuel-less, it doesn't need any fuel or anything like that, radar helicopter thing, which is not meant to be in combat in any way, by the way, and I guess also needs a name if I'm letting you guys name things. It's also provided some interesting information about strength of zones around us. It's a bit slow, but hey, it doesn't do anything, so... For example, the zone we hit last time was not only high garrison strength, it was also reinforced before we hit it. Which I think is quite interesting. Okay, right, let's get the main fleet moving, I suppose. Let's also intercept that fleet there, which is entirely of hoplites, apparently. Yes. Let's go on the offense. We're not going to wait for them. Go shoot stuff.
Moving now.
Pull everything out and go, go, go. Well, just by moving, apparently I got the attention of that reinforcement fleet of hoplites, which was heading towards that 94 strength square. That's a bit odd that there was 94 strength there. I think I just hit on that by accident. Everything else is a bit weaker. We also got some red tuners coming in from the actual square to our east, and that should not be too bad at all. In all, yeah, my force greatly outclasses these, I think. So it won't be an Atlas for the first combat this time around in this alternate history version. Instead, I'm going to have everything fighting all of this. Ooh, yeah, move. Allowing total allowance set to that. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get everything in here. Though I want the Javelin class destroyer to be my first ship of the thing. So max priority, followed by the simple escorts, and that should be good. My only concern is actually the red tuners, believe it or not. Bloody hell. Yeah, the red tuners, I say that because oh, I thought they were submarines. No, they're not. They're actually ships with torpedoes. Oh. In that case, they should probably be my priority targets because I don't have anti-torpedo defenses. That might be a problem. Their rocket turrets, though, are not a problem. As you can see from the anti-missile turrets, which are actually firing. Yeah. Now, where's my other stuff? They're just staying in fleet position, aren't they? Okay, fine. You're free! Go! Find your targets and shoot them. They don't seem to know what to do. Oh well. Oh, the rear turret got blown off. Fair enough. Fine.
Engaging now.
Everyone shoot that guy. He is the biggest threat. Murder him, I say. Oh dear. Oh, that's the laser. They jumped. When did they change the laser sounds? Oh jeez. Oh wow. I'm not sure what the other one's doing though. It's oh, it's trying to do something. Seriously, what are you doing? Are you going for a swim? Oh, are you going for a swim? No, you're not. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, the ships don't seem to be. Don't tell me the main cannon's stuck on the AI system. It might be. Oh. And why is my ship sinking? Oh, it's lost its engine. Wait, no it hasn't. Why am I... Yeah, why is that main ship sinking? It's partially damaged. Oh, it has lost its engine. Oh. Okay. Sure. Note to self, more repair systems. Very much so. But where are my other two craft going? Kind of lost track of things, haven't I? Where are my other two? Are my other two dead? No, they're still hovering around quite happily. I just struggle to see them among all the balloons and things that are going on. I also don't know how effective they're being, if I'm entirely honest. Oh, I see. I think, yeah, something knocked through and damaged the ammo storage. This thing needs better ammo storage. The picture of those lasers, jeez. I didn't know that they'd got that bad. I really didn't know that they got that bad. Yeah, that's what I mean about the deluge of fire from the Gatlings. They are very, very dangerous. I took more of a pounding than I'm entirely happy with, I must admit. Note to self, get torpedoes. That's definitely what I want now. Torpedoes to deal with the boats. I think everything else just got too distracted. Okay, that was it for that little fight. Swarm of light crafts, and we took some damage. We also spent a fair bit of resources, actually. So there is actually... Well, those are actually really, really small. There's not much point. Alright, let's do an assessment. Okay. I accidentally sent my Javelin in almost fully loaded of resources because this resource stockpile wasn't programmed to keep them. That was an oversight on my part. These guys don't hold resources as such, but they came through without any damage as far as I can tell. The main ship though took some significant pummeling. I'm actually quite disappointed in how that went, if I'm entirely honest. They didn't fare well against large swarms of small enemies at all. Next on to-do list. Build one of these and fit it with a blooming combat laser. That would tear apart such small aerial threats. but this thing needs more equipment. And some stuff to deal with boats specifically. Actually, I never set its targeting priorities either. I think they were default. Okay, here we go. Match number 2. This time we're not going in with repair supplies because, well, the Javelin is just about fixed. But we have a reprisal fleet, which is a Falkenheim, which I think is something we faced last time. Anyway, let's go ahead and get in there. Javelin plus 2 others versus the Falkenheim. We will see what there is to be seen, because we shall see it. So yes, Javelin first, 2 simple escorts, deep water guard. Still roughly equivalent in terms of volume this time, except this time the enemy's force is like all in one craft. Though my craft is still a lot more expensive. I'm wondering if my stuff is just inefficient or something. Let's see, are you the same thing? No, you're a carrier! Oh, okay. Fine, you're a carrier. Let's see how well you do. Oh, there goes one of your fighters straight away. Oh, there goes the other one. Ooh. I think that missile's missed. You don't need to shoot it. that poor fighter. But yeah, this is definitely an easy one for me, though. I think the Falkenheim's an advanced tier, if I recall, or an elite or something. But yeah, it's not really built for direct combat like this. An easy victory for me, which is good. We need the resources. Oh, there goes the other aircraft. And splash. Okay, Pirate Lord Pathos. Unfortunately, our fight against the Falkenheim actually took us north, so we've got that Strength 92 fleet bearing down us now. It is Ransack's Pilferer. Ransack's Pilferer is a paddle prototype, a Corsair and a Coyote, so it's a mixed bag, this one. How well we're going to do, it remains to be seen. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's have a look at our initial forces. Neither of my support escorts have spawned in. It's just my main destroyer, the Javelin. And we are up against a couple of small things at the moment. The paddlegun prototype, and I think that's the Coyote. That is the Coyote, isn't it? Yeah, so some pretty small stuff. Unfortunately for them, they seem to rely on some missiles, so that's going to be effectively defended, I think, by my anti-missiles. Yeah, you can see one's already fired off, so... Okay, let's get this thing going. Yeah, their missiles aren't really getting through too well. Oh, crunch. You know, I did actually reinforce that turret with a bit of extra arm plating. Unfortunately, rockets are a bit fast, and it seems that they've knocked out both of my anti-missiles already. Oh, wow. Nope. Spawn at the Javelin. I forgot that I'm actually sitting on the rear deck of the craft, so I'm kind of an obvious target, aren't I?
Engaging now.
Come on, what are you doing? I think this is one of the bad points about the AI, is that if it's trying to disengage, it moves directly away from an enemy, so that's never a good thing. The destroyer's crippled again. Note to self. Rebuild this darn thing. I'm not sure where the damage is. Oh, oh dear. Oh, destroyer, stay upright. No! This design is flawed. I suspect his engine got... yeah, his engine got knocked out. It doesn't have a backup power source, actually. That's a big issue. There's a lot of missiles, though. Yeah. I hate to say it, but I don't think the destroyers worked out too well as the design overall so far. Maybe I should just go ahead and do a full-fledged laser refit on it or something. Maybe that would be a better idea. Or maybe I should actually get off my flipping butt and get in there. Oh, I'm at the bottom of the sea, but I've got a minigun. Aha! I will do... Oh, hello. Hello! Wait, help if I knew where I was going. Oh. Oh no! One of the little flyers came in and actually got killed. This might be a total defeat, actually. We're down to the other small guy as well. These guys are escorts. They're not meant to be by themselves. Oop! Yep, that one took a hit. Oh dear. And crunch. Yeah, as soon as they take a serious hit, they just can't stand it. Battle finished! I lost. Just a tad. Just a tad. Oh well. From the ashes of...
Moving now.
Go away. Why are you still chasing my blooming...
Moving now.
Yeah, why is that... What, that pirate guy trying to chase my dead javelin?
Now.
It's a valid question, I think. But yeah, that was a massive defeat. Basically, I'm an idiot. Either that or I need to do some serious retinkering with my designs. But hey, it's content, it's a battle. Who said that things always go your way? Minecraft went boom. And I think that's all that really matters here. The javelin is dead. So, that was a total wipe. What's next? Rearm, rebuild, I suppose. I'm not dead and I've taken a bit of territory. Unfortunately, this means I've spent all my starting resources for squat, basically, but hey. I just want that fleet to go away,
now.
honestly.
Moving now.
But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show and my disastrous combat trials. I mean, I don't think that could have gone any worse, really. I really didn't stick to my strengths with some of the weapon systems, and I think that really showed. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time, where, well, hopefully we do a bit better than that. Yeah. See you all later.